Well, it looks like Dante's doing basketball activity.
He did. Well, the big key is how he does tomorrow. Um, he worked a little bit yesterday. He worked a lot more today. Tomorrow's our day off. We'll just have to see how it feels. So we wanted to give it a trial run. And so tomorrow and Thursday will be big days just to see how it responds.
With the longer week for that, do you anticipate if he plays any kind of minute restriction on Saturday?
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, we don't even know if he'll play. We'll have to see how he responds. Like I said, it was a trial run just to give him a little live action. We played 2 4-minutes and 3 minutes, so we played 11 minutes. He played about 7 of it, so we'll just see how he feels tomorrow.
What do you think about what you did see from him today?
Oh, he's kept himself in good shape. We have underwater treadmills. We have things where we can keep pressure off. Fortunate for those facilities. So he's not in great shape by any means, but he's not totally out of shape. He's watched what he ate a little bit and, did some things. So, no, the 7 minutes he played today, we're really good.
It's Nate's timeline at this point.
Oh, we're still testing. He hasn't been cleared yet, so don't really have one.
Did you think at the time, Dana, going back a month and a half ago, right after the Georgia game, and Dante's out, did you think you'd be able to weather the storm as well as you guys have? I realize you'll be upset about the Syracuse game all season, but that aside, that you guys are in this position and
I don't know. You try not to think ahead, and you try not to get pessimistic. You got to be real though. We were small, and Mo hadn't played much, and I didn't know what we had there, and I thought he did a good job. KJ's come along, and I didn't know if that would happen. At the time, we didn't have Jackson. He was out for 4 or 5 weeks there. So, I didn't know. We were kind of banking on Jesse, then he went out. So, to be real honest, I didn't know what was going to happen. We just came to practice every day with 6, 7, 8 guys, whatever we had on scholarship. And fortunately, Coop's been great. Gabe's been unbelievable. Guys have been good. Our walk-ons have done a tremendous job and given us something to look at every day. But, I didn't know how it would go. We just tried to get prepared. When Nate went down, that was kind of when Dante went down, I thought Nate did a great job the next 2 games, really filling in. But then when he went down, that week in Florida, we just, we wanted to go to more zone, but we really hadn't practiced it enough. He gets hurt on a Friday night against Tennessee State. We're leaving Saturday morning to go to Florida, and that week in Florida, we just didn't guard anybody, gave up 88, 99, and, just weren't ready to go. But, after we got home and got a few things straight, and then Mo started coming on a little bit, and so the guys have done a good job. But, all we've done is, just won a couple games. I mean, we have not even the halfway point of the season. So hopefully Nate and Dante can give us a bump here if they can get healthy.
How beneficial do you think it is knowing that you can go to this small ball lineup eventually down the road once, Dante and Nate do come back?
No, playing small gives some people fits. We're only a +2 on the boards. I'd like to see that number go way up if we get our bigs back. One of the benefits is we're only averaging 11 turnovers a game. So that's one of the benefits, or should be one of the benefits of going small. It wasn't it against Syracuse, but it should be. Shouldn't turn it over quite as much. But you got to play different ways against different teams, and that ability is something that's important. And playing small ball around Dante is different than playing small ball around KJ. Because it really gives us an inside threat yet. So you can really spread the floor with shooters, and we got 3 guys shooting over 40%, and Bam right at 40%. I hate to jinx them, but we're shooting it okay. So playing around Dante, would be an option, or playing around Nate would be an option, small.
Is there a challenge at all to reincorporating those guys based on the way you've been playing?
We've been playing a certain way, and have kind of settled into it. But you guys know, and I know, to be where we need to be, we can't play small ball the rest of the year and be successful. We got to play big teams like Arizona, and Colorado's got some size. Utah's got size. We've gotten away with it, but to be where we want to be and try to get to where we want to be, going in the season, we had one all-conference player. It was that for a reason. And I'm not saying these other guys haven't played well and have done a good job, because they have. But Dante's still Dante. He's still got 15 points, 60%, with getting double-teamed every time he caught it last year, and almost 9 rebounds. And, when we won big games, Dante played well.
Is there something unique, though, about this group that has allowed them to weather this storm?
Oh, they're coachable. They want to do the right things. They've executed some things well. We've made mistakes, but for the most part, they've been easy to work with, and have done a pretty good job.
When Mo had to take on a bigger role because of necessity, what do you feel like now that you're seeing him in this longer period? That one, I'm imagining he's overperformed whatever you could have expected when he came here, but what do you think is his optimal load? Like, what do you think you get optimal Mo when Dante's back, and if you get Nate back, like, what is his peak of minutes in production?
Playing a hard 3-minute stretch, 4-minute stretch, that'll vary with foul trouble. Depending on how Dante, we're assuming that Dante and Nate maybe come back, assuming that, maybe just short periods of time where he can really go out there and defend and rebound and, play without, he's playing right now, he's just getting in foul trouble. He's fear of foul, and, he can go out there and play without that fear. And if he gets in foul trouble, I'm swinging away. And he could really be aggressive defensively. I don't know if you remember the Georgia game, but we put him in there just to, double a couple ball screens, because we weren't worried about him fouling, and he did a great job. And so it just allows us to use him in a different way if those guys do get healthy.
First 5 games of the year, you guys are shooting, I think, 59% from the free throw line. It's been 76% since then. Is there anything to that, or is it simply just practice? Kind of, they're finally starting
practice,
to go?
And I just, guys were nervous. I mean, they had a lot of new guys, and Dante didn't shoot him well the first game, and Carrio struggled, but he's a 70-some% free throw shooter, so I know he'll come back and shoot him better. And it just, like I said, at the start of the year, some guys, just nervous shooting them for the first time. We had freshmen out there, transfers, a lot of new guys. And so Jermaine struggled a little bit. Dante struggled a little bit, which, I think they can shoot him better. So, no, I think we'll be all right there. Again, I don't want to jinx this, but we've shot him well the last 4 or 5 games, and we haven't got there enough, but we've shot him well.
We see from Cal and the challenge that they'll pose on Saturday. They've got several guys in double figures, guy averaging 20 and a big averaging double-double.
Well, just look at their scores. And they lost 3 games in a row by 1 possession. They've lost 2 in overtime, 1 in double overtime at Butler. Then lost to Arizona State by 2. Beat UCLA by 9 on the road. I mean, yeah, their record's not good, but man, they are close, and now they're getting everybody back, and a little confidence from that UCLA win. We'll have our hands full. They're much better and getting better. They took a bunch of transfers, and they're starting to play better together. And you got a guy getting 20 a game. So and they got a number of guys who can shoot the 3, and a couple of them at a real high rate. So no, we'll have our hands full. I don't have any doubts about that. We're going to have our hands full every night, but we definitely will on Saturday afternoon.